I've recently been getting back into polishing up stones, and these are all the ones that I've done that I can't turn into jewellery or I'm not going to use for other things. So what I thought I'd do is do an experiment to see what they would look like in resin. Now, the great thing about using stones is they're not going to float up to the surface, are they? I've got stones here of all different sizes. Now, if you're not a polisher and you don't polish your own stones, then that's not a problem. You can get stones really easily on the internet. But it's worth checking out polishing your own as well, because it is a fabulous, rewarding hobby. Check out my other channel. There's a video coming up on that very soon, where I'll be polishing stones and showing you how to carve into them as well. Now, most stones anyway will go glossy in resin and they'll look glossy, but these are already glossy. And the great thing about these is they've had most of the porous bits removed from them, and also there's no sharp edges or anywhere to trap bubbles. So we're going to have a look and see how it comes out. I'm not sure if it's going to come out pretty or not. If it comes out really nice, then it's a great way for me to use up all my little stones that I've been using for polishing. The other thing is, this isn't going to use up much resin at all, because most of the volume is going to be taken up by stones. So we want to make sure that whatever resin that we're using is going to cure nice and easily and lovely and clear. For this project, what I'm going to be doing is using the excellent T-Expert Epoxy Crystal Clear. It's a 1-to-1 resin. It is really a great resin. And the other good thing about it is, if you're on a budget, this is not an expensive resin. It's always great value. For a gallon, it is such a brilliant price. And if I've got a discount code, I'll link that in this as well. Now, I don't think I'm going to need much resin for this at all. I think I'm probably going to mix up about 150 ml for this, and that's probably going to, no, actually, that's going to be too much, I think. I'm going to mix up 100 ml. I think that is going to be enough. If it isn't, I'll just mix up a little bit more. Such an easy resin to mix as well. If you want to know where I get these great jugs from and all these little tools and things, then I have a kit out that is a great price. It's now available both in the UK and America and other places as well. And I've partnered up with T-Expert. And it comes with this great mat that says T-Expert and Steve McDonald on it, look. I'm famous at last. Well, infamous maybe. Okay, I've got my resin mixed up now, and what I'm going to do is, before I pour any in the stones, I am going to pour a little bit into the bottom of here, just to make sure that I've got the top of that skull completely covered. And now I'm going to pour the rest of it in here, and that should tell me if I've got enough resin mixed up once I've mixed all these stones in. If not, I can quickly mix up some more resin and add it, because it's not going to make any difference if I don't leave it too long. Now, this is going to create bubbles, there is no doubt about it, but the good thing about this resin is it does release the bubbles really easily. Now, I think that is going to be absolutely enough resin. It well and truly covers that. Yeah, that is definitely going to be enough resin. So what I'm going to do is start to scoop out these stones. Now, these are definitely going to sink to the bottom. There is no doubt about it, because they're heavy. They're stones after all. And this is all random. It would look amazing if you just did this in one colour stone, like this blue stone or something, I think. But I didn't have enough made to be able to do that. I'm just scooping these out. Look how pretty they look already. They are looking pretty, and especially that tiger's eye that's in there. And there's some in there that look like gold as well. I'm going to make sure they're all the way down. And I'm not adding anything to this, like glitter or mica powder or anything like that. Even though I do think glitter... I always think glitter's going to look lovely and everything. Even though I do think glitter would look nice in it, I want it to be a really natural look to finish this off. It's going to be a lovely heavy gull. If it looks nice, I think it's something that you'd be able to really get a good price for as well. I'll let you know at the end what I think and how much I would charge for this. Big thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now. This was actually inspired by one of my members who did something similar with a turtle mold. Now, making sure I'm pushing that all the way down. Now I've got this far, what I'm going to do is do a bit of squidgy widgy and tappy wappy to make sure I've got all those stones nicely in place everywhere, or as everywhere as I can get them. Being quite rough with it this time. Yeah, that should do. And now I can finish off these stones on the top. Massive thank you as well to everyone that got me a coffee last month. I know times are tough, and that is clearly evident as well by the reduction in the number of coffees. And do you know what? I understand that, don't worry, but I can't put into words how much the coffees help support me and my channel, and I love the little messages as well that people leave me. So if you do buy me a coffee, I really do appreciate it. But also, leave me a little message in the message area, because I love reading the messages. Right, so I've got all the stones in there. So I'm now going to let that settle out a little bit before I do anything else, because any residue resin, look, as you can see, I've just squeezed that all over there. I'll use one of my big wipes, because that cleans up the resin and the gloves so much better than anything else. I'm not sponsored by Big Wipes in any way. I wish I was. But they are, without a doubt, the best wipes for getting out resin and cleaning up resin. I mean, look at that. My glove's lovely and clean now, and it will get it off my mat in seconds. Because I want to make sure this base is as flat as possible. Look how sparkly that stone is. It is beautiful. So again, just getting rid of any excess that's coming over and making sure that base is as flat as possible. Because if it's as flat as possible, then depending on how dense this is, we may be able to shine a lamp through it or a light through it. The only time anyone wants a flat bottom, I think. That should do. Clearing up my waste. Okay, I don't think I'm over poured now. I'm going to leave that for a few minutes and then go over it with a long neck lighter and burn off any bubbles that come up to the top. Don't use a torch on these molds, although this is a good quality mold. It's from Let's Resin, and their molds are always good quality. There we go. We'll burn that off. We'll leave that for 5 more minutes, and then I'll burn it off again and we can let it cure up. Well, this is all cured now, gone lovely and hard, and I don't think there should be any bubbles in this whatsoever, because I did try and remove all the bubbles from it. So let's get this out of the mold. Oh, look at that. That demolds so easily. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. The way that was lucky, weren't it, there where the teeth are. That has come out absolutely beautiful. I love that. It's got a lot of weight to it. I don't know whether light will go through it. I mean, light obviously doesn't go through rocks anyway. So I found a light source, just one of these little light bases. I use these awful lot. I mean, it's never going to penetrate all through that solid rock, but let's have a look at it. Actually, it doesn't light up too bad in the bottom. I think it's where the small, oh, it's quite eerie where the light comes through the eye. I mean, it's not going to make a lamp, is it? Because of the fact that it's solid. Well, I think that has come out really, really well. I can't stop touching it, and it's so smooth. It's got a lovely bit of weight with it. I think this would sell exceptionally well. It would look amazing with just one colour stone in there as well. I hope you've enjoyed this. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but make sure you check out the video that's coming up next. That is another experiment that I'm sure you're going to enjoy as well. But most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.